हरे कृष्णा। अभी अभी हमें प्रभु जी ने, सात्विक प्रभु जी ने बताया कि मनुष्य जीवन बहुत दुर्लभ है, और इस मनुष्य जीवन में ही हम अपने परम उद्देश्य को जान सकते हैं और भगवत धाम लौट सकते हैं। आगे प्रभु जी जो जो बताते जाएंगे उसको मैं हिंदी में अनुवाद करता जाऊंगा। यस प्रभु जी।
So these upadis are imposed upon the soul. The soul is neither Hindu nor Christians, is not American, is not uh, Indian, is not Russian. These are all imposition on the soul due to the bodily concept of life. We are born in different geographical locations that have been given names by the rulers of that land. And in this way, those who are born in a particular family or in a particular religious institution, they become identified with that. So this is called upadi. Upadi means something which is forced upon you by external circumstances. The reality is that we are eternal. We are eternal, and the real identity of the soul is to be Nitya Krishna Das. Gopi Bhartu Padakamalayor Dasa 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 Anudasa. We are servants. This service attitude is there in all living beings. And that is the natural position of the soul. Even God himself, Krishna, enjoys serving the devotees.
यस प्रभु।
Rather, he enjoys more serving than being served. Though Krishna is, the Lord is meant to be served by all living beings because he is the source of all living entities. Nityo Nityanam Chetanas Chetananam. Our eternity, our existence depends on the existence of the Lord. Because the Lord exists, we are also existing. So our existence is dependent on his existence. And Chetanana, Chetananam, because he is conscious, we are all conscious. Our consciousness is also related to the consciousness of the Lord. The difference is that he is conscious of everything, he knows everything, whereas we are limited in our field of consciousness. So, Nityo Nityanam Chetanas Chetananam Eko Bhaunam. Eko, from one, many. Krishna is the original person, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and we are his eternal part and parcels. We are his Eko Bhaunam. We are his emanations, expansions. So this reality is there, explained in the Vedic scriptures, is explained in the Bhagavad Gita, is explained in the Shrimad Bhagavatam, and our fortune, if we come to understand by the grace of a bona fide spiritual master that we are eternal spirit soul, then we become free from this illusion which has been imposed upon us at birth by social restrictions. So this is very important as a human being that we come to this conclusion. This is extremely important for all of us because this bodily consciousness is very strong, is very deeply rooted from millions and millions and millions of births. Anadi karama phale. Anadi karama phale means that there is no way to trace the origin of our coming into contact with this material realm of existence. We have taken so many material bodies, and therefore Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita that so many births you and I have taken. So many births. He was telling Arjuna, but I can remember them all, but you don't. We don't remember. That is one of the affliction of the soul, is that they cannot remember. We cannot remember our past lives, nor we can foretell our future lives. Though by our activities, we can understand that whether our future existence is based in Sattva Guna, Raja Guna, or Tamaguna. So this is an important knowledge. Rather than utilizing our time simply in acquiring so much material education, which is maybe important to have a living, so that we can maintain our family life and our existence, our eating, sleeping, mating, and defending. Because after all, whether you have a PhD or whether you only have the basic knowledge or the basic education, the fact is that everybody must eat, sleep, mate, and defend. These are the core activities of the living entities embodied in this material world. So these
Yes,
eatings, yes.
I will translate in small
Oh, okay, I'm
patches.
sorry. I
No,
thought you
sorry.
were.
I'm sorry to disturb.
No, not disturb.
सो प्रभु जी बता रहे हैं कि अगर हमें मनुष्य जीवन के उद्देश्य को प्राप्त करना है तो जैसे नारद मुनि ने बताया है, सर्वो उपाधिर विनिर्मुक्तम, सारी उपाधियों से हमें मुक्त होना होगा। और ये उपाधियां क्या है? जैसे हम जन्म लेते हैं तो हमारी कोई उपाधि नहीं होती है, आत्मा की कोई उपाधि नहीं होती है। लेकिन हम जन्म लेते हैं तो आसपास के परिवार वाले, समाज वाले हमें कोई ना कोई उपाधि दे देते हैं। जैसे कि तुम हिंदू हो, तुम मुस्लिम हो, तुम क्रिश्चियन हो, अलग अलग प्रकार की उपाधियां हमें जन्म लेते ही मिल जाती है। और उपाधि क्या है? तुम ये शरीर हो, तुम स्त्री हो, तुम पुरुष हो, तुम पिता हो, तुम माता हो, ये सारी अलग अलग प्रकार की उपाधियां हैं। तो प्रभु जी बता रहे हैं कि हमें सब उपाधियों से मुक्त होना होगा। और हमारी एक वास्तविक उपाधि भी है। और वास्तविक उपाधि क्या है? हमारा वास्तविक परिचय क्या है? जीवेर स्वरूपा है नित्येर कृष्णदास। कि जीव जो है, आत्मा जो है, वो भगवान का नित्य शाश्वत दास है। वो उसकी वास्तविक उपाधि है, वो उसका वास्तविक परिचय है। तो प्रभु जी बता रहे हैं कि इस प्रकार से हमें इस उद्देश्य पर पहुंचना होगा। और हमें ये अलग अलग प्रकार के जो ईटिंग्स, आहार, निद्रा, भय, मैथुन आदि जो अलग अलग प्रकार के कार्य हैं जिसमें सब लोग संलग्न हैं, उनसे ऊपर उठ करके हमें भक्ति मार्ग में लगना होगा, हमें भक्ति का अभ्यास करना होगा। ये तीन गुण जो है, सत्वगुण, रजोगुण और तमोगुण, उसके प्रभाव में हम सब लोग यहाँ भटक रहे हैं। और हम सब लोग मुक्त हो सकते हैं भगवान की भक्ति करके।
So simply maintaining our activities in this material body in the matter of eating, sleeping, mating, and defending, these are all animal activities, animal propensities, just like all living beings, whether you are a human being or you are an animal. These activities, these four activities are very common. They're all common to all of us, that we eat. I may eat a very fancy paneer parota and achar, and the dog may eat some food that he found in the garbage. And there are different living beings, different animals, they have their own food. So this eating business will go on. Then sleeping, we may sleep in a very beautiful apartment and the animals sleep under the trees somewhere in the forest. So, but the sleeping is going on. Once you are asleep, you forget where you are. Then mating. Mating means that we want to enjoy sex life. We want to increase our family members. We want to have progenies to carry on our name and parivar. And defending is also common to all living beings. That means whether we fight with tooth and nails or we fight with atomic weapons, the fact is that the destruction caused by defending and fighting is imminent. Everyone will fight for to maintain their position, to maintain their status quo, to protect themselves. So this is called the fear factor. The fear factor, because we are attached to this body, we are attached to the expansion of these bodies, our family members. We are attached to the acquisitions of this body, which may be a very fancy house, a very good bank account, or a very fancy car, and all these material objects that we acquire. and we are afraid of losing them. We are afraid of losing them. But the fact is that Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita that Mrityu Sarva Araschaham. The fear
Yes,
factor of that we have to die. Yes, Prabhu,
यस
you were
प्रभु जी।
interested.
सो प्रभु जी बता रहे हैं कि चार जो कार्य हैं जो पशु भी करता है और मनुष्य भी करता है, आहार, निद्रा, भय, मैथुन। भले हम उसको आहार को अलग अलग तरीकों से, बहुत सजावटी तरीकों से आहार आहार को करेंगे, या निद्रा के लिए हम कुछ अच्छी अच्छी कोशिशें करेंगे। हाँ, अभी जैसे 75% डिस्काउंट चल रहा है एक फ्लैडी बेड के ऊपर, सॉफ्ट कुशन, सॉफ्ट बेडशीट, सॉफ्ट सब कुछ। सो कितना भी हम इंतजाम इंतजाम करेंगे आहार, निद्रा, भय, मैथुन के ऊपर, ये सब भौतिक स्तर पर हैं और ये पशु समान जीवन है। हमें इनसे ऊपर उठ करके भक्ति का अभ्यास करना होगा, अपने आप को समझना होगा कि इनसे हम जो है कभी प्रसन्न नहीं हो सकते हैं। तो ये चार चीजें जो है ये पशु भी करता है, मनुष्य भी करता है, लेकिन मनुष्य अपनी बुद्धि के माध्यम से इससे ऊपर भी उठ सकता है। यस प्रभु जी।
Yes, so these are the predicament of the soul that is embodied in these forms created by material nature. Now, how to solve this problem? Because Krishna says, Mrityu Sarva Araschaham. Why do we have to die? We were born to want to live, but we are forced to die by material nature. So this predicament, because nobody wants to die, everybody is living in this world with the hope that they can survive and live forever. But the fear of death is very powerful. And Krishna says, I am death. So those who are on the path of material activities, those who are on the path of trying to enjoy the resources of material nature, they are actually classified as chores, thieves. Just like if I come to your house and I try to enjoy the properties that you have, then I'm naturally a thief. So the house is yours. And so similarly, this material world is not ours. We are here. We came naked at the time of birth. When we were pushed out of the womb of our mother, we were naked. And when we die, we are also we have to leave everything behind. We cannot take anything with us, not even a penny. So what is the use of accumulation of material assets when we know that we have to give up everything? So this is intelligence. Now that I have achieved this human form of life, let me become free from this fear of death by understanding that the fear of death is only because we are disobedient to the laws of God. We are in a material position of ignorance. So ignorance is the cause of fear.
थैंक यू प्रभु जी। तो प्रभु जी बता रहे हैं भय, भय के कारण ही कि शायद मैं दुखी रहूंगा, शायद मैं स्वस्थ नहीं रहूंगा, शायद मैं जो है अच्छे से एंजॉय नहीं कर पाऊंगा। उसी भय के कारण हम ये चार जो कार्य है, आहार, निद्रा, भय, मैथुन, उसको और अलग 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 प्रकार से करने की कोशिश करते हैं। और हमेशा हमें भय रहता है कि मैं कभी खो तो नहीं दूंगा इस आनंद को, कभी मेरे से ये ऐसा तो छीन तो नहीं लिया जाएगा, ये सब भय रहता है। और ये भय का कारण क्या है? क्योंकि हमने भगवान श्री कृष्ण की आज्ञा को पालन नहीं किया है, हम डिसोबीडियंट हो गए हैं। हमें ओबीडियंट होना है। अगर हम कृष्ण के ओबीडियंट सर्वेंट होंगे, कृष्ण के अच्छे दास बनेंगे, उनके समर्पित होकर के हम सेवा करेंगे, तो हम भय से मुक्त हो जाएंगे और भय मुक्त भगवान का भक्त हो सकता है। यस प्रभु जी।
Yes. So the thing is that we all in this as living entity, we are raso by saha. Raso by saha means that we are eager to enjoy. Everybody wants to enjoy. This is natural because the soul is Satchid Ananda. The soul is eternal, full of knowledge and bliss. So this bliss, this Ananda, is a quality, and this chit or knowledge and eternity is Krishna is himself Satchidananda Vigraha, And we are also Satchidananda Vigraha. And we also want to enjoy, because Krishna is Anandamayobhyasat. He's always enjoying. You can see Krishna. You never see Krishna's pictures working in a factory. He's always in the bank of the Jamuna with his cowherd boys, playing, eating nice prasadam, enjoying the day, tending the cows. This is the nature of God. He wants to enjoy. We also want to enjoy. But we are having a wrong concept of this enjoyment. To try to enjoy this body. This body cannot be enjoyed. This body is simply the cause of unlimited suffering. Just like if you go to a pharmacy, a medical store, there are thousands upon thousands upon thousands of medicines. They're all meant for this one body. One body. So how can we enjoy if the material body is simply a recipient of all diseased condition of existence? So to think that I can enjoy this material body is actually the thinking of a madman. A madman can only think that I can enjoy this body. Body, what is this body? Body is made of elements which are unmentionable. Stool, urine, pus, blood. How can we enjoy all these things? So Krishna is the supreme enjoyer. We are also enjoying, but we enjoy being in the association of the devotees, in praising the Lord, in trying to engage in devotional service to Krishna, hearing about Krishna. There is a shloka in the second canto of the Shrimad Bhagavatam. Shrotavyadini Rajendra Nrinam Shanti Sahasrasa Apasatama Atmatatvam Griheshu Griyamedinam. Shrotavyadini Rajendra. My dear king, he's talking to Parikshit Maharaj, and he's saying that, my dear king, that there are so many topics, thousands upon thousands of topics of enjoyment in this material world. Just like if you go to a library, there are millions of books, millions of books. Everybody wants to write something. So everybody wants to enjoy. There are so many varieties of material enjoyments. Shruta Vyadini, everybody wants to hear about all these amazing personalities. Like we have personalities in the field of sport, or personalities in the field of entertainment, or political field, etc., etc. And everybody is interested in knowing what they're doing, why they're doing. But it is apasyatam atmatatvam. Apasatama atmatatvam. It is simply the ignorance of Atma Tattva. What is Atma Tattva? We have forgotten Atma Tattva. We are simply now Sarir Tattva, Mana Tattva, Buddhi Tattva. And we have no understanding of Atma Tattva. Griheshu Griyamedinam. There are two types of householders. Griheshu, or the Grihasta, and Griyamedi, or those who want to enjoy the material world. The Grihastas, they understand that Krishna is the enjoyer and we are his servants. Therefore, everything they do, Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Yat karoshi, yat ashnoshi, yat juhosi dadasi, yat tapasyasi kaunteya, tat kurushva madarpanam. Whatever you do, whatever you eat, whatever action you perform, do it as an offering to me. Then you become free from the sinful reaction that are caused by identifying the self with this material body. As long as we are walking on the path of fruitive activities, trying to engage ourselves for the gratification of this material body, we have to incur sins. And we are bound by the laws of material nature. Sometimes, udvakachanti sattvasta, madhyeti stanti rajasa, jaganya gunavrittista, ado gachanti tamasa. By associating with the modes of material nature, sometimes we go up, sometimes we remain in the middle, and sometimes we go down. Therefore, apashatam atmatatvam griheshu griyamedinam. So those materialistic people who simply work very, very hard to understand, to enjoy this material body, to enjoy family life, to enjoy the association of the opposite sex, to engage in those activities which are palatable to the materialistic man. The actual fruit of all these endeavors is that we have to take another material body again and again, again and again, birth after birth, sometime as a demigod, sometime as a human being, and sometime as an animal. So this is going on. This is the fearful condition of material existence based on the fruitive activities of the living entities who are engaged in this material body.
यस प्रभु जी, थैंक यू प्रभु जी। तो प्रभु जी ने बताया कि भगवान श्री कृष्ण जो है वो कभी भी अप्रसन्न नहीं रहते हैं। वो सच्चिदानंद विग्रह है। सत मतलब शाश्वत, चित मतलब पूर्ण ज्ञान, आनंद मतलब आनंद। तो भगवान कृष्ण हमेशा आनंद में रहते हैं। प्रभु जी कह रहे हैं कि आप कभी कृष्ण का फोटो नहीं देखेंगे कि कृष्ण फैक्ट्री में गए काम करने के लिए। देखा है किसी ने इस तरह से कि कृष्ण फैक्ट्री में जा रहे काम करने के लिए? नहीं। लेकिन भगवान श्री कृष्ण जो है हमेशा प्रसन्न रहते हैं। हमेशा उनकी लीलाओं का दर्शन किया। यमुना किनारे गैया चरा रहे हैं, अपने गोप सखाओं के साथ में वो खेल रहे हैं। और फिर जो जीव की स्थिति है अभी, जो हम लोग इस शरीर के अंदर बंधे हुए हैं, तो भी हम हमेशा दुखी रहते हैं, परेशान रहते हैं, अलग अलग प्रकार की चिंताओं से घिरे रहते हैं। क्योंकि हम सोचते हैं कि मैं शरीर हूँ और शरीर से संबंधित हम आनंद खोजने की कोशिश करते हैं, खुशी खोजने की कोशिश करते हैं, लेकिन हमें कभी वो आनंद, वो खुशी मिलती नहीं है। हाँ? आत्म तत्व के बिना अपश्यताम आत्म तत्वम ग्रहेशु ग्रह मेदिनाम। तो दो तरह के शादीशुदा लोग होते हैं। एक होते ग्रस्त, जो पारिवारिक हैं, पति पत्नी साथ में रहते हैं और भगवान श्री कृष्ण की भक्ति में संलग्न रहते हैं, भगवान श्री कृष्ण से, गुरु के आदेशों से हमेशा जुड़े हुए रहते हैं, उसको बोलते हैं ग्रस्त। लेकिन जो गुरु के आदेश नहीं मानता है, ग्रस्त जीवन में रहता है, भगवान की भक्ति नहीं करता है, उसको बोलते हैं ग्रह मेधी। हमेशा बस वो इंद्रिय भोग की पूरी व्यवस्था में लगा रहता है, जो कभी भी पूर्ण होने वाली नहीं है। ऐसी आशाओं में हमेशा वो व्यस्त रहता है। तो इस प्रकार से हमें ग्रह मेधी नहीं बनना है, हमें गृहस्थ बनना है, भगवान कृष्ण से जुड़ा हुआ रहना है। और हमें आत्म तत्व को जानना है कि मैं आत्मा हूँ, मैं ये शरीर नहीं हूँ, मैं भगवान का शाश्वत अंश हूँ। और फिर हमें जो है उसकी सेवा में लगना है, अर्थात आत्मा के लिए कार्य करना शुरू करना है। Now, if anybody has some queries, some questions, or Prabhuji, whatever, how you want to go ahead.
It's up to you. Actually, the one very essential point here is that we simply have to divert our attachments from the material platform to the spiritual platform. That same attachment, because attachment must be there. We cannot be free from attachment. Attachment is very essential, is an essential component of the soul. We become attached. Now, if we become attached to the material body, that attachment to the material platform causes our repeated birth and death. Whereas the attachment, if is diverted to the pastimes, qualities, name, paraphernalia, devotional service to the Lord and his devotees, that attachment causes liberation. So the same attachment, this is very important, it's the same attachment, but when it's diverted to the activities of the Lord and his devotees in devotional service, gives us the opportunity to become free from this material consciousness and actually regain our eternal identity, and so that we can experience eternal happiness in the association of God without the fear of having to take birth again and again and again and again. So this is very important, this attachment. Let us not forget this, that we are so much attached to our children, we are attached to our father, we are attached to our mother, but all these personalities that we are surrounded with, they're all simply a dream-like condition of material existence. They are not there, they will go. Today, you have a particular family, but you've forgotten that we had so many other families. What happened to that attachment? So, in the same way, this attachment that we are experiencing today, they will be forgotten the moment you enter into the next body. The moment you leave this body and you enter into another body and you are pushed out of the womb of the mother, your previous attachment to a particular mother and father, those are forgotten. Now you are developing again another attachment to that particular mother, father, whether it is human or deva or animal. That attachment will be there because that is the nature of the soul to become attached. So let us become attached to Krishna, all of us. Let us become attached to the process of devotional service. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam, Vandanam, Padasevanam, Dasyare, Pujana Sakijana, Atmani Vedanam. These are the 9 processes of devotional service that we can engage with. And by engaging in this 9 process of devotional service to Krishna, whether it is hearing, it begins with hearing, by chanting the holy name of the Lord, by hearing about Krishna, then automatically hearing and then chanting. Automatically you want to chant. The moment you start chanting, then the next is that you remember. The remembrance will become very fixed. Then Shravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam, Vandanam, offering obeisances to the Lord. Pada Sevana, to engage in the Pada Sevana, in the worship of the lotus feet of the Lord. Then Pada Sevana, Dasya Re, Dasya, to become servants of Krishna, rather to think that we are the masters. Ekala Ishvara Krishna Arsa Britya. Krishna is the only master. We are all servants. Then Dasya Re Pujana Sakijana, to engage in the puja, just like in the temple. We are all very fond of going to the temple, having darshan, taking prasadam, sitting down, seeing the form of the Lord. In this way, you become very peaceful. Pujana Saki Jana, Saki, to become friend of the Lord, to become friend with Krishna. Atmani Vedana, and to give up everything to the Lord, to offer everything. Because actually, what do we have to offer? What is ours? There's nothing that we can call ours. So everything belongs to Krishna. So Krishna says, just offer everything that is mine to me. Just like when you go and do Ganga Seva, how you offer Ganga Jal to the Ganga. That's how you do the Seva to the Ganga. But then by that action, Ganga Mahi is pleased. So similarly, by offering what already belongs to Krishna, if we offer our mentality, if we offer our consciousness, by our intelligence, by understanding that, my dear Lord, everything belongs to you, I'm simply recognizing this fact that everything belongs to you. Let me engage everything in your service. The moment we come to that state of consciousness, then we are free from all the miserable conditions of life. Hare Krishna.
यस, थैंक यू प्रभु जी। तो प्रभु जी ने बताया कि अटैचमेंट जो है, वो जो आसक्ति जो है, वो बंधन का कारण है। तो भौतिक वस्तुओं से भौतिक परिस्थितियों से अगर हम आसक्ति बनाए रखेंगे, तो वो हमें बार बार जन्म मृत्यु के चक्र में फंसाएगा, वो हमें बंधन में डालेगा, आसक्ति। तो आसक्ति एक बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट है, अटैचमेंट बहुत एक इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट है। तो हमें कुछ नहीं करना है, हमें जो भी हम चीजों से आसक्त है, उस आसक्ति में कृष्ण को जोड़ देना है, या उस तरह की आसक्ति को हमें कृष्ण में लगा देना है। हमें कृष्ण से आसक्त होना है, या कृष्ण के शुद्ध भक्तों से, प्योर डिवोटीज से आसक्त होना है। अगर हम भौतिकवादी भोगी लोगों से आसक्त होंगे, तो हम इस जगत के बंधन में फंसते जाएंगे। हम भक्तों से, शुद्ध भक्तों से, भगवान श्री कृष्ण से, उनकी भक्ति से आसक्त होंगे, तो हम मुक्त होंगे। और भक्ति के बहुत सिंपल 9 स्टेजेस है। नवदा भक्ति, श्रवणम, कीर्तनम, विष्णु स्मरणम, पाद सेवनम, अर्चनम, वंदनम, दास्यम, साख्यम, आत्मनिवेदनम, जिसको प्रभु जी ने समझाया है। आप भी पहले गीता की क्लास में सुने हैं। अगर आपको याद नहीं आ रहा है तो कृपया करके आज होमवर्क कीजिएगा आप कि नवदा भक्ति क्या है। तो उसमें प्रभु जी ने बताया कि शुरुआत होती है नवदा भक्ति के श्रवण से। श्रवण करना भगवत गीता भागवत के बारे में। फिर कीर्तन, कि हम हरे कृष्णा कीर्तन करें, जप करें और प्रचार करें। फिर स्मरणम, भगवान का स्मरण करें, मन में याद करें गुण रूप नाम लीलाओं के माध्यम से भगवान को। पाद सेवन, भगवान के चरणों की सेवा करें। अर्चनम, भगवान को हम गुणगान करें। अर्चनम, विग्रह की सेवा करें, घर में जो भगवान जी के ठाकुर जी के विग्रह है उनकी हम सेवा करें। वंदनम, भगवान का गुणगान करें। हाँ, दास्यम, साख्यम, आत्मनिवेदनम, इस प्रकार से नवदा भक्ति के अलग अलग स्टेप बताए प्रभु जी ने। और हमें इस नवदा भक्ति के माध्यम से भगवान श्री कृष्ण से आसक्त होना है, अटैच होना है, चाहे वो श्रवण से हो, भगवान की विग्रह सेवा से हो, चाहे वो कीर्तन से हो। और लास्ट में बताया था आत्मनिवेदनम, फुल्ली सरेंडर। हमारा क्या है, हम क्या समर्पण करेंगे। वास्तव में तो प्रभु जी कह रहे हैं कि अगर गंगा जल में गए हैं, गंगा जल से गंगा जल लेते हैं, गंगा नदी से, और गंगा में ही हम अर्पण कर देते हैं, तो क्या है हमारा। हमारा कुछ भी नहीं है। हम तो मात्र इस बात को रियलाइज कर रहे हैं, इस फैक्ट को रियलाइज कर रहे हैं, इस बात को समझ रहे हैं कि सब कुछ भगवान का है, सब कुछ भगवान का अर्पण करना है, भगवान को अर्पण करना है। तो इस प्रकार से हमें धीरे धीरे पूरी तरह से भगवान पर निर्भर होना सीखना है, समर्पण करना है। और ये आसक्ति जो है, अटैचमेंट जो है, वो हमें भगवान श्री कृष्ण से करना है, किसी भौतिक व्यक्ति, वस्तु, स्थान, परिस्थिति से नहीं करना है। वी हैव टू बिकम अटैच टू कृष्णा। हमें कृष्ण से आसक्त होना है। सभी लोग कमेंट में लिखिए, कमेंट में किससे आसक्त होना है। वी हैव टू बिकम अटैच टू whom, प्लीज राइट इन कमेंट। हमें किससे आसक्त आसक्त होना है, सबको राइट करना है, लिखना है कमेंट बॉक्स के अंदर। हमें कृष्ण से आसक्त होना चाहिए या भौतिक वस्तुओं से आसक्त होना चाहिए। वी हैव टू बिकम अटैच टू होम, किससे हमें अटैच होना है। भगवान के नवदा भक्ति के अलग अलग स्तर हैं, उनके माध्यम से कृष्ण भगवान से आसक्त होना है। तो ये प्रभु जी कहना चाह रहे थे। अब आपका कोई प्रश्न है, इफ यू हैव एनीथिंग। प्रभु जी हैज शेयर्ड अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट कि वी हैव टू बिकम अटैच टू कृष्णा। वी आर अटैच टू समवन, वी हैव टू अटैच टू कृष्णा। यस प्रभु जी।
Yes, there is a very nice analogy which is very important to know, because it is not that you become attached to Krishna and you neglect all your duties. No. But there is a very nice analogy that I would like to uh, illustrate here and share with you. That suppose a rich man is going on a trip to abroad, and he says, my dear Prabhu, I'm going abroad, but I would like you to use my car, and I'm coming back in 1 month, and you can use it for that month. And when I come back, you give it back to me. So then the devotee, he is very grateful that, oh, my friend is allowing me to use his car. So now, the moment he accepts the car, he knows that in 1 month, I will have to give it back to my friend. So he does not develop attachment to the car. He does not develop attachment to the car because he knows I have to give it back to him. So that is knowledge. Now what happened is that because his friend is being so kind, out of gratitude, he takes care of the car very nicely. That is because he knows my friend is giving me this car very nicely to use. Let me take care of it. And he takes care of that car much better than if it was his own. Because you can be casual with your own car, whether it breaks, whether it is your car, so it doesn't matter to you. But you know that this car belongs to Krishna, belongs to my friend. So when he comes back, I want to make sure that is in a much better condition than when he gave it to me. So this is called attentiveness in the activities and gratitude. So now the same thing, you see, our children, our wife, our properties, they all belongs to Krishna. And they have been given to us for a certain period of time. That is 50 years, 60 years, 80 years, 100 years, whatever. So you know, an intelligent man, a devotee, that is the difference between a devotee and a materialistic man. That a materialistic man identifies that this is my property, aham mameti. Whereas the devotee knows that these properties that I'm having cannot be mine, they'll have to be given back to Krishna. So take care of them very nicely, but let me take care of them and engage them. Just like a devotee, he engages his wife, he engages his family members in the service of the Lord. And by doing so, the development of pure consciousness, of happiness, knowing that everything that I have, manasa deo geo jo kichu mora arpilon tua pade nanda kishora. Manasa deo, my mind, my deo, jo kichu mora, and whatever I have, whatever I think is mine, actually it belongs to you. Arpilon tua pade. Arpilon means I surrender them to your lotus feet, Nanda Kishore. By so doing, we become fully satisfied. We become fully satisfied. And that satisfaction does not depend on how much you are offering to Krishna. It's not that you have to be a rich man and offer Krishna the best foods. Or even if you are a poor man, whatever you have, whether it is one chapati or even whatever even a kishmis, if it is done with love and affection to the Lord reciprocates in the same way. It is not that if a man gives him a crore of rupees, he becomes more dear to Krishna than a man that offers him 5 rupees. If it is done, Yome Bhaktya Prayachati, that is the whole goal. Yome Bhaktya Prayachati. The bhakti is what Krishna enjoys, is what Krishna accepts, because everything else is already his. But because Krishna has given us the free will, if he sees that the devotees has come to the understanding that he is my eternal servant, and he offers everything to me out of knowledge, out of gratitude, then Krishna becomes full, he becomes satisfied, he becomes son. And then, if Krishna is satisfied, we become satisfied. That is the goal. That is the key. Hare Krishna. Any question or comments, please?
यस कोई प्रश्न है तो पूछिए प्रभु जी से, हिंदी इंग्लिश में जैसे भी होगा प्रभु जी से पूछिए और आशीर्वाद लीजिए। प्रभु जी बहुत बहुत एक्सपीरियंस्ड हैं इस भक्ति मार्ग में, आप सब लोग प्रश्न पूछ सकते हैं।
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी, दंडवत प्रणाम। भगवत गीता का श्लोक है, ऊर्ध्वं गच्छन्ति सत्त्वस्था मध्ये तिष्ठन्ति राजसाः जघन्य गुण वृत्तिस्था अधो गच्छन्ति तामसाः। तो इस श्लोक में जो बताया गया है प्रभु जी कि कर्म जो अपने 3 गुणों के कर्मों के फल हैं, तो जो ऊर्ध्व गच्छन्ति है वो स्वर्ग लोक है, और स्वर्ग लोक जो है वो भोगों का लोक है। जैसे स्वर्ग लोक में इंद्र रहते हैं और जो दूसरे देवता हैं वो रहते हैं, वो सभी भोग करते हैं। तो फिर वहां भी भोग है और इस भौतिक जगत में भी भोग के लिए जो जीवात्मा है वो भटक रहा है। तो फिर इसका क्या मतलब निकला कि अगर कोई स्वर्ग लोक जाता है तो वहां भी भोग करेगा और यहाँ भी भोग करेगा। बस फर्क यह है कि स्वर्ग लोक में अपने पुण्यों का फल जो है भोग के फिर वापस उसको पृथ्वी लोक में आना पड़ेगा। तो ये क्यों ऐसा इस तरह से, इसमें हम समझ नहीं पा रहे हैं इसको। हरे कृष्ण प्रभु।
प्रभु जी, you understood the question?
Not that.
He is asking that in the material world, every place, be it here in the material world, in the earth planet, or be it a Swarg Loka, we will enjoy or suffer. So anyway, both things are same. So why this different kind of punishment or enjoyment?
Because this is the world of karma. Material life means reward and punishment. This is the nature of the material world, the duality of existence. Material world, there is duality. The duality means that everything has an opposite. So if you want to enjoy, there must be a suffering also. If you want knowledge, there must be ignorance also. If you want wealth, there must be poverty also. So this is the nature of the material world, because the moment we become human beings means that you take birth in the place which is known as Martya Lokam. Martya Lokam means the planet of death. Planet of death means that this material body in this planet, we create our karma. This Urdhva Gachanti Sattvastha that we were mentioning, it is because we acquire benefits We acquire also the opposite of benefits, which is come in touch with our activities. If your activities are in the mode of ignorance, then naturally you will go down. If your activities are in the mode of passion, then you remain in the human platform. And if your activities are in Sattva Guna, then you attain the heavenly planets. So this is the situation which is created by the material world. So it depends on us. Everything depends on our action. Just like in the material, in natural, in our daily activities, we see that the government gives reward and punishment. This is there. A thief is caught. We are not going to give him a crore of rupees. We have to punish him. We have to reform him. So we send to jail. We have to send him to jail. And if someone does something very wonderful, something very good for society, then he's been given the Padma Shri or the Padma Bhushan. He's been given so much recognition. So because we live in the world of dualities, we are prone to advance or to regress. Advancement and regression, these are the duality. By associating with Sattva Guna, we go up. By associating with Tama Guna, we go down. And by associating with Raja Guna, we remain here. But no matter where we go, whether we go to heaven or whether we go to hell, we ultimately come back again to this planet of death, where we have to engage in materialistic. Just like if a man enjoys, if a man, let's say a man has 1 crore of rupees and he decides that he wants to go and have a world tour. He goes on the world tour, and as long as he has money in his pocket, he enjoys different facilities. But the moment that the money finishes, then no more service are being given to him. If you stay in a hotel and you spend lakhs of rupees every month, and the moment you stop paying the hotel, they throw you out. You cannot stay there. They throw you out. So your enjoyment is based, and your suffering is based on what you have acquired. So therefore, Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Brahma Bhuvanar Loka Punaravartin Arjuna Mamupetya Punarjamma Punarjamma Mamupetya tu Kaunteya Punarjamma na Vidyate. That whether you are in Swarga Loka, no, you cannot stay there. That is the moment your pious activities, your pious results are finished, they throw you out. And you come back here and you carry on again and again and again and again and again and again. So Krishna says, why we have to go through this cycle? So this punya pap, this punya and pap is the nature of this material world, is the duality which is inherent to the material existence. We cannot escape it. This is because we want to enjoy separately from Krishna. The moment, as I discussed this before, the moment we surrender to Krishna, then this duality ceases to exist. Cease to exist. No more Jamma, no more Mrityu, no more Swarga, no more, not even Sattva Guna. Sattva Guna is also a, suppose you are the Sattva Guna is compared to a cage made of gold. And Rajaguna is made of silver. And Tamaguna is a cage made of iron. But a cage is a cage. You're still bound by the laws of material nature. So Krishna says you have to break away from this vicious circle, surrender to me, and come back to your original constitutional position, which is to be with me in the spiritual existence, in the spiritual world, Paravyoma, Vaikuntha.
Prabhuji,
धन्यवाद प्रभु जी, धन्यवाद धन्यवाद. थैंक यू सो मच प्रभु जी, आपने अच्छे से बताया. यू सेड वेरी वेल अबाउट दिस ड्युअलिटी ऑफ मटेरियल वर्ल्ड. तो मैं निवेदन करूंगा बाकी भक्त एक एक करके प्रश्न पूछे. विवेक जी,
Can I ask one question?
I want to ask one thing.
एक एक करके विवेक जी. यस
Haji. Sir, Prabhuji, I want to ask one thing. Basically, there is no difference between the livings of this material world and the heaven. But heaven people are more closely to the Lord. But still they have to face that death again, maybe of thousands of years and maybe be of 100 years. Why? Both are material world. Why the God is having more sympathy towards the heavenly people and less sympathy towards the worldly people?
No. That is your misunderstanding. You don't go to heaven because you're closer to the Lord. You go to heaven because you want to enjoy. So, because you have acquired by your activities, you have become qualified. Just like because you have a lakh of rupees, a crore of rupees, you're qualified to enter a very fancy hotel. Whereas a person who has 5 rupees only in his pocket, he may have to stay in a dharamshala. All right. So the Lord the Lord Krishna says, Samham sarvabhuteshu name dvesho stina priya jebajanti jomam bhaktya. But Krishna says, I'm equal to everyone. I'm equal to everybody. Just like the judge is equal to everybody. But at the same time, he is giving punishment to the thief and is giving reward to another person. You cannot say that the judge is partial just because he's giving a punishment and rewards. It gives according to the law. So we come under the laws of material nature. There's got nothing to do with Krishna. We come under the laws of material nature. So you observe the laws, and if you flout the laws, and if you break the laws, then there must be punishment. And if you are a lawful man, then there will be reward. So Krishna has nothing to do with your activity.
No, Prabhuji, but Krishna is having he's having more sympathy towards the people of heavenly people. Whenever demons fight with them, he always support the heavenly people, Indra, especially, not the demons.
Indra, you see, Indra is also having his problems. We see in the Bhagavatam, in the Puranas, so many problems Indra has. Many problems.
So it means there is no comparison between the earthly affairs and the heavenly affairs. We are much more closer to the God. If we just do the prema bhakti, we can achieve the God, right?
Yes. It doesn't matter where you are. It doesn't matter where you are. Whether, in fact, let me tell you, in fact, the position of the human beings, especially those who are born in this land, Bharatvarsha, because the demigods are always praying to Krishna, that if there is any residual of my pious activities, let me take birth in Bharatvarsha. Let me take birth in India. Because taking birth in India has been blessed by the Lord. That it is very easy to become Krishna conscious. It is not easy to become Krishna conscious on the heavenly planets. When you are always pampered. When people pampers you all the time, how great you are, how wonderful you are, all facilities, all enjoyments, you forget the goal of life. But in Bharatvarsha, especially in Bharatvarsha, taking birth, it becomes much easy. It becomes very easy. Therefore, it is stated by Lord Chaitanya, Bharata bhumite manushya janma hoilo ja, janma sartaka kari para upakar. That those it is the most important activities of those who are born in this land of Bharat, to practice Krishna consciousness and to teach Krishna consciousness. That is their only goal. Actually, the only purpose. But here we have become distracted by all these phantasmagoria of material gadgets and desires for material enjoyment. So this is a diversion. Our goal, Krishna is actually is more inclined to protect those who have taken birth in Bharata Bhumi rather than the heavenly planets. So this is your wrong conception. The fact is,
thank you,
that
Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Can I ask a question?
One second, Mataji, 1 second.
Yeah. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
yes.
Hare Krishna, please wait.
Hare
We have
Krishna.
Prabhuji, Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. This is Harinam Das here. We have Ajay ji, Ajay Kumar ji, who is nicely associated with ISKCON Hare Krishna movement. And
ये छीलते हैं क्या पूरा?
Hare Krishna, माइक बंद कर दीजिए बाकी लोग. सुनीता शर्मा माता जी, धन्यवाद. So we have Ajay ji, today is Saturday, so I want you to bless him. And प्रभु जी सात्विक प्रभु जी प्रभुपाद जी के डायरेक्ट शिष्य हैं और प्रभुपाद जी से दीक्षित हैं और उन्होंने कृष्ण भक्ति का यहाँ पूरे विश्व में प्रचार किया है. So प्रभु जी प्लीज ब्लेस हिम.
Bless. You're already blessed. You bless me.
जी जी नहीं नहीं नहीं, was always.
Vijay, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna sir.
Today is his birthday. You can wish him.
Today is my Janamdin.
Oh, so now make this Jamal the last one.
इसको लास्ट जन्म बनाइए, बार बार जन्म में नहीं आना है.
जी प्रभु की जैसी इच्छा.
You know, we are very eager to celebrate the birthdays. Actually, it has become a very common affair in India also. It wasn't like that in the past. But nowadays, everybody wants to celebrate the birthdays of the children. But actually, if you analyze very carefully, very closely, what is this? What are we celebrating?
Nothing.
We are celebrating the day that we enter jail.
जब जेल में आए उस दिन को मना रहे हैं.
Is it not? So that is our illusion that we want to enjoy. But actually, practically speaking, we are all taken birth. This body is a cage. It's a cage. It's a horrible cage. You are limited by so many different conditions of this material body. This body is actually a great burden to the soul. It's a burden to the soul. But somehow, you have taken birth in this land of Bharatvarsha, in a very good family, and you have this great opportunity that by actually 50% of your work is already done, just because you have taken birth in Bharatvarsha. 50% of your work is done. Only you have to do the other 50, which is to reconnect. You're already connected. But in India, unfortunately, we are bewildered by this worship of the demigods, worship of so this Hinduism is also another form of illusion, because we think that there are so many gods. No, there is only one God, and that is Krishna. So if we simply surrender to Krishna and his incarnations, Krishna and his incarnations are not different. Rama, Nishinga, and all the other avatars. Vishnu Tattva. I'm talking about Vishnu Tattva. They're all equally worshipable. So if we simply engage our time, now you're an older man, I think you must be in your 50s.
Sorry?
You must be in your 50s.
49 today.
Huh?
49.
49. So almost. So time is flying. I was a young boy just yesterday, practically. Now I'm 70 years old. So this body is decaying from the moment we enter the womb of the mother. That is a fact. In fact, when we enter the womb of the mother, we say that the pregnancy is 6 months old. We don't say the pregnancy is 6 months young. So the process of old age begins at conception. So the process of death begins the moment the soul enters the womb of the mother. So this is our predicament. So here we have the opportunity that in this human form of life, we can easily free ourselves from this ignorance and return to our eternal existence in the association with the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna. So then you're already blessed. You bless me.
Thank you. Shri Radhe.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
Happy birthday.
What is can
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
One by
Hare
one.
Krishna.
Yes.
That
Alpa
one
Mataji.
lady, only the boys you're giving opportunities. Give opportunity to Mataji.
Alpa Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes.
Prabhuji, one question always remained in my back of my mind, that why the women species are considered lowly, whereas Krishna has always given higher post to women as Yashoda Maya or Gopi. So I always think why in Bhagavad Gita or Bhagavatam the women species are considered lowly.
Actually, practically speaking, the material bodies are classified. And Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita that Sudras, women are, they're not inferior in that way, but they're limitation. Therefore, a woman always needs to be protected. A man does not have that restriction. But for a woman, it is not that they are inferior. Actually speaking, women are glorified in the Shastras. And we see Kunti, we see Draupadi, we see Subhadra, we see Gandhari, so many, the wife of, even the wife of Ravana. So
Mandodari, Prabhuji.
Mandodaris. So many women are there with amazing qualities. So it is a question of duty. Everybody has to perform his duty according to his body. The body is given by material nature, and these qualities are inherent to the particular body that you take. Now, let's say there is no question of equality. You see, a woman and a man, they are not equal. They are equal on the spiritual platform. But even physiologically speaking, a man and a woman are different. So it is not a question of inferior or superior. It is a question of what is our duty, what is our dharma, what is our nature, and how to engage so that we become free from these upadis, from these conditions of existence. It is not that women are inferior, but unfortunately, the fact is that because women have to be protected, and this is a fact. In fact, Arjuna said that if women are not protected, then there will be unwanted population. So women have to be protected by the father and mother, by the father when they are children. They are protected by the husband in their mid-age, and they are protected by the grown-up children in their old age. So that protection must be given. So it is the nature of the Lord. It is the law of the Lord. And it is a fact that women are protected, they become very happy. They don't, a woman who has a very good husband who takes care of her. She's happy at home. She's happy taking care of the house. She's happy taking care of the children. That is the natural. Now everybody wants to become a CEO. He wants to become some big personality and independent. This independence is causing so many problems in society. That the woman now, they don't want to marry anymore. They don't want to live in the joint family. So society is breaking up. So many divorces in India. I remember when I first came to India 50 years back, divorce was very rare. It was very rare. But now it is rampant. Everywhere there is divorce. Nobody wants to take responsibility. A man is simply married a woman simply for the pleasure of sex. They don't want to have any children. They want to live away from the parents. They don't want to take care of the parents. So these anomalies in societies are due to breakage of dharma. So this breakage of dharma is what is causing social upheaval, social destruction. So therefore, we must follow the laws given by Manu, which is the laws of Manu are not different from the laws of God. Therefore, if we simply follow our dharma, our duties, whether you're a man or a woman, what are our duties? A woman is happy when she is at home with the children, with the wife, with the husband. She takes care of the house. She cooks for the husband, and all these activities which makes the man eager to work A woman knows how to control a man. The way to control a man is to serve the husband, to take care of him. The man is going out all day to make money. He comes back at home and she hears the wife always bickering, always fighting, always arguing. Then the man becomes demoralized. Therefore, when she comes home and the wife is sweet, talks sweetly, she gives him nice food prepared, and she sees that the house is clean, that the children are taken care, then the man becomes enthused. So this is dharma. This is dharma, and therefore you can see, even though Kunti, she was the queen, or Draupadi, she was also the Maharani, but they always took their main business was to simply take care of their husbands. So this is there. So it's not question of on the spiritual platform, everybody is equal. There is no question of male and female. But on the material platform, we have these material bodies, and we act according to the directions given to us by the scriptures, without feeling of inferiority or superiority. This is a mental concoction, actually.
Okay, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.
I hope it answers your question.
Little bit, Prabhuji, because my question was the species of women are considered lowly with other low species. So my question was why
they're not considered like lower. They're not considered low. They're like other species. There is no such a thing, but they have to be protected. So there is a difference.
Yeah, my question was that only, that there is a difference between the species of lowly and highly, like men and other species, like animals and other species.
There is no such a thing. Women are human beings. There is no comparison between women and animals. There is no such a thing. This is all illusion. This is all.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dandavat Pranam.
Dandavat. Jai Srila Prabhupada.
Prabhuji, can you please bless me?
Oh my God. You are already blessed. My blessings is like giving 5 rupees to 100 rupees. But if it is in my power to bless you, I'll bless you with that. You don't take birth again in this material world, but you go back to Krishna.
Thank you so much. Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Please bless us all like that. Please bless us all like that.
You're all blessed. You just have to do one thing. You stick to Srila Prabhupada teachings. Stick to Srila Prabhupada's teachings. Study his books. Chant the holy name at least 16 rounds every day. This is very important. You chant your 16 rounds. Enechi Oshodi Maya Nashi Baro Lagi Harinam Mahamantra Lao Tumi Magi. Harinam Mahamantra. This is Enechi Oshodi Maya. That the medicine to defeat the material condition of life, it is Harinam. It's chanting of the holy name. Whether you chant your 16 rounds, or you go to the temple and you have kirtan and bhajans, or you invite the devotees to come to your house and have kirtans and prasadam. In this way, all these activities are very powerful medicines. These are powerful medicines that we all need. We all need this medicine. Therefore, get up early in the morning, chant your rounds, and engage in service to the temple. Or if you have deities at home, take care of your children, take care of your family, and in whatever means you have, you can help the temple in their activities. In this way, engage ourselves, because it is our life. It is our life to engage in service to Krishna, engage in the service of the devotees, and by doing so, we become fully satisfied. And that is the best blessing. The best blessing. So you're all blessed now. You're all associating with the devotees. You have come to Krishna. Yes.
Hari Bol, Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. I just wanted to ask one question. Like we all know, and like you have told us also, so we all come here in this world with nothing in our hands, and we all go back also with nothing in our hands. And all this while we have been busy accumulating things and making our possessions bigger and bigger. So I wanted to know that in the midst of everything, how do you think, like we know that Krishna consciousness helps us to be more focused and anchored and everything. Then when do we know that, okay, this is how we balance, and in case the balance is going out, how to come back to that point again, where there are moments when we feel that we are not, we need some realignment, and to stay anchored in the same, in our spiritual purpose, when we feel that we are entrapped in this world again.
If a person engage in devotional service, just like if a person engage in devotional service, if a person chants 16 rounds, automatically there is a balance. There is adjustment. Everything becomes adjusted. And because our attachments are, it's like the magnets. There is plus and positive. And the magnet, if you put a piece of steel in between, it all depends to how close you go to the minus or to the plus. If you get closer to the plus, then you become attracted to the plus, and you become. In this way, if we move everything we have to do according to the scriptural evidence, scriptural direction. This is we are in the middle. We are Tatashta Shakti. Tatashta Shakti means marginal potency. Marginal potency means we have the opportunity to either become attracted to the positive or become attracted to the negative. Become attracted to material energy or attracted to the spiritual energy. It all question is what do we want in our life? What is our priority? That we have to set our priority right. What is our priority? Is your priority to simply accumulate money in your bank account, to have a bigger house, to have a bigger position in society, to have a fancy car, to have a social circle? If that is your priority, then you should know that you are attracted to the minus, to the negative. Because ultimately people don't care what you have. People don't care how many houses you have. People don't care. They become jealous of you. They become angry because they feel, oh, she has more than me. So all these material activities create jealousy. So this is all negative. So ultimately, what is the benefit of all that? But if we become attached to the activities of Krishna consciousness, then automatically all these endeavors, they diminish. So you can understand your position by seeing, are you happy in spiritual life, or are you attracted to all these activities, which causes miserable existence? So you have to be intelligent. We all have to be intelligent to understand how are we progressing on our spiritual life. Am I feeling happy? Am I feeling bliss? Am I feeling satisfied in my heart? So these are all very important understandings.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes.
Prabhuji, is it possible to come into bhakti and progress in bhakti towards Krishna consciousness while activities may be more in tamogun, or we have to reach satogun before we can become good bhakts, Prabhuji?
You see, can you cook a pot of rice if it is 5 feet away from the fire?
It will take more time, Prabhuji.
It will take much more time. Actually, mostly you won't cook it, is it? Unless the fire is very powerful. So the idea is that we have to get closer and closer and closer and closer. And that Sattva Guna gives us that opportunity. Sattva guna automatically, because sattva guna means our eating, our sleeping, our mating, our depending have become purified. So therefore, the sattva guna is that knowledge automatically develops, and it's like a fog. Tamaguna is very thick fog, so you cannot see. Have you ever driven? If you are from Delhi, you know how much fog is there. There are so many accidents in the fog because people don't see. So it depends on the thickness of the fog, your vision becomes impaired. So as the fog clears, then the objects becomes naturally manifested. So similarly, when our ignorance, when our tamagun becomes less powerful and our sattva guna becomes more prominent, then automatically your vision of the Lord becomes easier. You understand?
Yes, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
So therefore, we have to come close to sattva guna, and from sattva guna we can ultimately enter into Suddha Sattva, which is the clear vision of the soul.
Ji, Prabhuji. Thank you. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam, Jai Srila Prabhupada. Prabhuji, I just want to ask that if any moment you can share with Prabhupada, which is very close to you and you always relish it. So if it is possible, you can share some moment with him.
I was with Prabhupada very little time. Because when I joined, I was born in Italy. I was a young boy. I was 20 years old when I came to Prabhupada, Krishna consciousness, and I didn't even know English. I only knew my native language. And though I spent about 3 months here in Mayapur, 3 months in 1976 and another 3 months in 1977, but we were always engaged in devotional service. So actually, Srila Prabhupada said that if we engage in devotional service, that is more important than to associate with him physically. Though many of my God brothers, of our God brothers, have had the opportunity to serve him directly or his Vapu form, I never had such an opportunity. But at the same time, I cannot say that I have missed anything, because as I have associated with Prabhupada in the last 50 years through his Vani, through his instructions, so you are also on the same platform. So I don't know many. I didn't have much physical association with Prabhupada, nor I ever asked him any questions, to tell you the truth. So I don't
Thank you so
know.
much, Prabhuji. And Prabhuji, any points we can serve more to our spiritual master, Prabhupada, and you please bless us that we will get more chance to serve him. And points you can say to us that we can more and more we can serve to him, Prabhuji.
You can serve Srila Prabhupada any moment, any moment of your life. The moment you accept the instruction of Srila Prabhupada and you engage in devotional service, you're chanting your 16 rounds, you are associating with devotees, you are actually associating with Srila Prabhupada. And really, if you want to associate with Prabhupada, you read his books. Now, how much can you hear when you are associated with Prabhupada physically? What can you hear from him that you cannot hear in a much more extended way from his books? He spent hours and months and years writing these books. So if you physically associate with him, how much can you receive? How much knowledge you can receive? But if you study his books, you are actually associating with him in such a vast body of knowledge that Srila Prabhupada has given us. So we have a better opportunity to associate with Prabhupada, with Srila Prabhupada, through his books, by reading his books, than any physical association. Do you understand that?
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji, for your guidance.
Your opportunity to serve Prabhupada is as good as anybody else. By studying his books, by engaging in devotional service, by following his instruction. Following his instruction means you are associating with the spiritual master, Krishna Prabhupada. And that is available to everybody at any moment. Okay?
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
थैंक यू
Hare
प्रभु।
Krishna.
हरे
Jai
कृष्ण
Srila
प्रभु जी।
या
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी, दंडवत प्रणाम।
आज के लिए इतना ही रखे। कोई प्रश्न आज प्रभु जी वी कैन आई होप वी हैव टेकन योर मोर एंड मोर टाइम सो
No, you're giving me a real value to my time. So we should do this more often.
डोंट से ऑल दिस प्रभु जी। अंकिता जी कोई प्रश्न है आपका, क्या कहना चाह रहे हैं?
Yes, Prabhuji, there was a question, if
बोलिए।
you allow.
Please.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. Prabhuji, one thing always come in my mind. From 2 years, I'm attending the classes, but I feel so much fallen, like I am not able to regularize my chanting to 16 rounds. And when I observe ISKCON devotees, I feel like where the people come from, how they able to wake up at early 4:30 always and follow all the routine. So please guide us, like how we can be one of them, means like you and Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
No, you have time to eat. You have
Hare
time to
Krishna.
sleep. You have
Yes.
time to eat. You have time to sleep. So you should make time to chant 16 rounds. 16 rounds takes 2 hours. Wait! Sorry, my child, my son is calling me. So 16 rounds takes 2 hours. All right? It's not that much out of 24 hours. So there is no real excuse not to chant because it takes 2 hours. That's all. If you see, actually, it takes a little less also if you actually chant properly. And so 2 hours you can dedicate. Why not dedicating 2 hours to the chanting of the holy name? Suppose you know that if by chanting the holy name I become just like a man who knows that if I perform some exercise, my body becomes stronger. So then he understands if I don't exercise, my body will become weak. So he engaged in exercise because he knows that this is good for me. Though I may have other occupation or other duties, but at the same time, at least 1 hour I have to engage. So these 2 hours of chanting are very important because it is the foundation of our faith. It's not a question of faith, it's a question of understanding. You see, faith may change today and tomorrow, but understanding, knowledge, realization, because Krishna says, Prabhupada said, if you chant 16 rounds, you understand that you are not this body. And it is very important to understand that we are not this body. Understand? So it is very important for us to chant the 16 rounds. So make some arrangement that despite having so many occupations, so many duties in the family, you take 2 hours, just go away from everywhere and chant. Go to the park and chant 2 hours and come back and then put everything on the back burner for 2 hours. Can you do that?
Yes, Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu. Definitely.
Then
Thank you,
do
Prabhu.
that. Do that. I like to get up very early. I go to sleep very early. For the last many years, I go to sleep at 7:30 and I get up by 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the morning. And when everybody's asleep, I chant my japa, and before sunrise, I finish my japa and do other things, and my whole day is free and I'm peaceful. So your most important activity is chanting 16 rounds. Make this as your goal. That this is my most because if you chant your 16 rounds, then all your other activities becomes more relishable, more easy to perform, and more you will be able to tackle situations that are because there are so many anxieties in family life, and I'm sure you have experienced. But if your consciousness is clear and you have the strength of those 16 rounds all together in one shot, you chant for 2 hours, you will see, you will feel that you feel like flying. You will face the day in a much more Krishna consciousness way. Understand?
Thanks a lot, Prabhuji. Thanks a lot for the guidance.
Make it a brata. This is the most important brata. Make it a brata that I must chant my 60 minutes. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu. Dandavat pranam. Hare Krishna.
हरे कृष्णा। किसी और का कोई प्रश्न है तो पूछ सकते हैं। एनीवन प्लीज।
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी। हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी।
हाँ प्रभु, के किसी और को एक बार और चांस देना चाहेंगे? किसी और का कोई अगर प्रश्न है तो, नहीं तो आपको मौका मिलेगा।
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, one question. Is it important to be religious to be spiritual?
It is important to?
Is it important to be religious to be spiritual?
No, what is the meaning of religion?
To know about God.
That is spiritual.
Okay,
The
so
meaning
ultimately
of religion is
spirituality.
to know the truth. To know the truth. Religion means to know the truth. We are not religious because we have to follow someone or some. We want to follow the truth. What is the truth? Bhavanam jamanamante gyanavam mam prapadyante vasudeva sarvamiti samahatmaspurya. After many births of trying to understand what the truth is, then people come to surrender to me. So the idea is that the purpose of religion is to know the truth. And what is the truth? Krishna is the Param Satya. Krishna is the supreme truth. So it's not question of religion, because my religion may be changing today. Religion means some faith, but faith which is not based on scriptural evidence is prone to faults. We must know what the truth is. So what is the truth? And if you actually are a seeker of the truth, then the Lord is in your heart as Paramatma. He will guide you. If you are actually a seeker of the truth, what is truth? Truth means reality which is separate from illusion. Reality which is separate from illusion. Vedyam vastavam atravastu shivadam tapatrayamunanam. Shrimad Bhagavate Mahamuni Krite Kimba Para Ishvara. To eliminate all this materialistic understanding of life, that is true. To eliminate, to understand that we are eternal servants of God, and God is the supreme truth, and we are also truth. And to establish our relationship with God, that is truth. So that is spirituality. It's got nothing to do with religion. Religion is a form. Spirituality is a science. It is a science. It is palpable. It is experienced by the pure consciousness. It is experienced. Just like a man experience the effect of the medicine, as he becomes free from the disease, he experiences, oh, this is working. This is working. I'm feeling better. My energy is coming back. So that is spirituality. That you're feeling better. That you're feeling enlivened. That you're feeling conscious. That you're feeling enthusiastic in understanding and accepting Krishna as the Supreme Personality. You have direct experience. This is Rajavidya Rajaguyam Pavitram Idam Uttamam Pratyaksha Gamam Dharmyam, Krishna says, Susukam Kartumam. And the result is Pratiksha. Pratiksha means direct experience. The result is Susukam Kartumam, that you become happy.
Yes, Prabhu. So nowadays this thing is going on where are many people says you have to be spiritual, not religious. But the fact is we cannot separate spiritual and religiousness.
No, because what is religion? First of all, we have to establish what is religion.
They have misunderstanding of religion that you have to do some puja, ritualistic activities. They say religion
ritualistic, therefore that is the dharma prachito kaitavatra. That is called kaitava dharma.
Dharma, yeah. Yes, anybody has किसी और का कोई प्रश्न?
Any real purpose, or with the only purpose is to enjoy material facilities, to utilize spiritual activities or ritualistic activities for the purpose of enjoying sense gratification. That is called Kaitava Dharma, or cheating religion. Real religion.
Prabhu.
Huh?
Yeah, अच्छा. Prabhu, you have time, otherwise we'll discontinue. Or
Oh,
we'll
my wife, I'm also having some.
I can
Let's have
understand.
some more meetings. You arrange these meetings. These are very nice that we can discuss, because this is Satsanga. This is Satsanga. This is very good for me. This is very good for everyone. And whatever knowledge I have, I'm very happy to share with you and hear from you. And in this way, we can both benefit from each other and from the association that
We always benefited by your association. एक बार प्रभु जी का धन्यवाद करेंगे by chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Prabhu Ji, Dandavat Pranam. Thank you, Prabhu Ji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu Ji, Dandavat Pranam.
Krishna Prabhu ji Dandavat
Hare
Pranam.
Krishna Ji, thank you for
Hare
giving us
Krishna,
time.
Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna Prabhu Ji, Dandavat Pranam.
Prabhu Ji.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna Prabhu ji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Association. We are highly obliged for your time and association.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu Ji.
Blessings of Srila Prabhupada ji, the parampara understanding of the spirituality, bhakti, and how to practice it day to day. Thank you so much for that.
Hare Krishna.
All devotees, जितने भी लोग हैं यहाँ पर प्रभु की उपस्थिति का लाभ उठाएंगे और अपने जीवन में अभ्यास करेंगे. ऐसा नहीं सुन करके कुछ अभ्यास नहीं कर रहे हैं. हम प्रभु जी को पुनः आमंत्रित करेंगे है कि इस साधु संघ का आप लाभ उठाए अर्थात अपने जीवन में इसका अभ्यास करें. सो पुनः एक बार धन्यवाद. थैंक यू सो मच प्रभु जी. नाउ एवरीबॉडी विल चैंट वन माला. दे विल चैंट वन राउंड.
Hare Krishna.
You can leave. Yes, Prabhu, please. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, everyone. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhu ji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu Ji, Dandavat Pranam.
Dandavat Pranam.
Krishna Prabhu ji, Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu Ji, Dandavat Pranam.
Prabhupada ki jai. Haribol, Harinam, Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Prabhu, Dandavat.
Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna.
Jai Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna.
Keep in touch, okay, Harinam?
Hare Krishna Prabhu ji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu Ji.
Dandavat Pranam.
Just will not leave you, Prabhu. They are nice devotees.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. I'm going, all right? Hare Krishna.
Please, you can leave. Thank you. हरे कृष्णा. सभी भक्तों से निवेदन है कि जपमाला निकाले और जप करना प्रारंभ करें. हरे कृष्णा. जपमाला निकालिए. इस एसोसिएशन का सार है जप करना. ठीक है. आप तो करते रहते हैं माता जी. आप तो करते ही रहते हैं. आपकी तो परीक्षा पास होने के बाद आपको नेक्स्ट आपको कुछ कार्य दिया जाएगा.
जरूर दीजिए प्रभु जी. मैं बहुत खुश हूँ कि आप मुझे होमवर्क दीजिए, टास्क दीजिए, क्वेश्चन कीजिए.
माला जब शुरू करते हैं. नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्ण प्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशधारिणे. जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा. हरे कृष्ण. यस, आप में से लीड कीजिए. कौन लीड करना चाहेंगे?
प्रभु मैं करूँ आज?
कीजिए माता जी, कीजिए. शुरू कीजिए. हरे कृष्ण. हरे
जय श्री कृष्ण. नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्ण प्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी. जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य